On today's episode, we're discussing discreet lighting designs for celebrities. So if you're looking for tips and tricks on discreet lighting designs, then keep watching this video. Hi there, I'm James. I'm one of the directors here at Astra Lumos, and on today's episode on discreet lighting designs for celebrities, we're looking at things and ways on how to basically hide lights in plain sight. The first image I'll put into this video is essentially of a private seating dining area. So this celebrity client of ours basically had a home with sort of main outdoor dining areas, and then she thought actually she just wanted sort of a bit more of a private space so her and her husband could literally get away from it, sort of leave the chaos of kids and pets and everything else sort of on the other side of this private dining area, but somewhere where they could just be the two of them alone outside, and so they just wanted a mix of sort of it's sort of low level but fairly clear, subtle lighting. I mean, that sounds absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully the image that I'll put into the video will clarify things, but you can see that we've used sort of the sleepers, the planting, the natural sort of layout of where they would sit and eat and enjoy each other's company to basically disguise the light, so all you got was the glow from the light fitting themselves. And that's what Astra Lumos are all about. What we want to do is light things delicately, but in a aesthetic way, whilst not drawing attention to the light fitting itself. And that always poses a problem. Another picture that I'll find for you is basically blending in the light fitting into the natural material. So as I said on a previous video, when we've had sort of white beams or white ceilings, we obviously try to use either like a paintable, so either a primed or a paintable light fitting, so that if it's going into something that is not white or not sort of your standard brushed chrome or your satin steel or the normal finishes, we try and get a matte white version so that a skilled decorator could then paint it in. So I've obviously talked about Focus SB here as well, and just sort of give them a bit of a nod because they do that finish in their wiring accessories. So different client, we put a 2-gang switch into a hand finished kitchen unit with the primed version, so that the decorator, when he hand finished all the units, paint the light switch in, essentially becomes invisible. So generally outside we then use things like an antique brass to fit in with like Cotswold stone steps, and black fittings to fit in with the planters, you know, that sort of thing. And then on the inside, as I said, a paintable or a brushed matte white finished product can then be painted, or a white for a white, so white fitting into a white ceiling, that sort of thing. So discreet lighting is all about lighting positions, the size of the fittings, which, having done a few videos on things like the Collingwood and the linear light and that sort of thing, I'm sure you've got a good understanding of what we aim to do here. Otherwise, have a quick look at our website, or do reach out and I'll send you a link to our digital brochure, and you can see exactly sort of where we've used this in real world examples. Otherwise, small light fittings, delicate light, subtly but aesthetically lighting the things that are actually of interest in people's homes. Otherwise, we use these small little light fittings and discrete light fittings to create ambient light and low level light in things like kitchens and hallways and that sort of thing. So bit more of a tangent on this video. So discrete lighting is always tricky. So we want to light things, and generally that requires a light fitting, and it's all about how can we hide the light fitting in plain sight. So I will put a couple of pictures, and hopefully that will clarify things, as I'm struggling to describe it really well. So I'll let all the pictures do the talking. Otherwise, as I said, do reach out and I'll send you a link to our digital brochure, which explains a bit more about who we are, what we do, but also has some brilliant pictures in it. And hopefully that'll clarify things. Otherwise, if you need any help, reach out, or I'll see you on the next video.